This is my homage to the Seestern 62MAS Homage Part 2, The Starfish Reckoning. For those who didn't catch my Part 1, I basically went in on Seiko for not reissuing a 62MAS in its original size and noted that even if they did, it would be a limited edition selling at 2 to 3 racks. Well, I was wrong. It's more like 3 to 4 racks. So a budget watch baller like me ain't got no shame in pimping out my Seestern 62MAS to look like a Seiko. Now bear in mind that this only happened because Seestern did such a good job at making a quality watch at such an affordable price. So much so that the lack of an applied logo just never looked right to me. So I did something about it, never expecting it to look this good. If this is your first time clocking in with the Dapper Wrist, my name is Jay, and y'all know what time it is. Let me state the obvious. This is not a genuine Seiko watch, but to me, it looks and feels like one. Especially now that I filed down the solid end links of my Seiko speed timer to fit. Yeah, I used this nasty ass file to make this work. And I got no regrets about this because in my opinion, it looks better on my Seestern than it ever did on my SSC 815. But that ain't the only thing I filed down. I managed to shave a millimeter off its case height. I'll admit, looks gnarly to see. But check out its side profile. Go check out any other Seestern review out there. Of course, after you've watched and liked this video. And get at me in the comments and tell me I didn't do the right thing. I dare you. The stock 13.5 millimeter case height or thickness of the Seestern is not an issue at all. But if you ask me which do I prefer, a sweet detailed engraved case back or a sleeker, more drop down watch, y'all know what I'ma say. Since my part 1 was a critique on how Seiko is effing up, primarily for us, the small-wristed, light-pocketed watch enthusiasts, it would only be fair that in my Watch Mod review part 2, I tell you how Seestern is effing up. The first and obvious one is not necessarily a con, I gotta admit. But it's what got all this started. No applied logo on that Seestern dial. This watch is just too good not to have an applied logo. And it can't be the surfing starfish. It's too cartoonish for me. And I love cartoons. The starfish shouldn't have motion. It needs to be symmetrical and look more mature. But I have seen that as of late, Seestern is using a big ol' S on their crowns. That's a better look, and it's a better choice, Seestern. Now, I don't know if butchering the case back the way I did has jeopardized the 200 meters of claimed water resistance. But if you can shave a millimeter off Seestern its case height, y'all need to do that. My Seestern is a version 1. I got this way back. And as some of y'all might know, the loom date wheel is off center. It swerves to the left. Not cool, Seestern. But I can overlook that. And true to Seiko form, my bezel doesn't line up. I'm telling you, it's like a real Seiko. This glossy black dial is an aftermarket dial, which means it's not an OEM Seiko product. I could have gotten an OEM dial, but then it wouldn't have the vintage charm it currently has. which is why it never made sense to me that Seiko wouldn't reissue the 62MAS in its original form. But they finally did with the SJE093. But as predicted in my part 1 vid over 10 months ago, wildly out of reach for most of us blue collar, no collar watch collectors. I don't go around pretending to have a genuine Seiko watch when I'm wearing it. But the NH35 inside is. And now that I've managed to pair it with the Speed Timers OEM bracelet, it's at least half a Seiko. Do I prefer all my watches to be 100% genuine and original? Yeah, I do, of course. But just because I prefer that, it don't mean I get to shit on watch modding or homage watches. Because for me, it's as much fun to mod or Frankentime a watch as it is to buy a watch with great specs, quality build at such a low price. And with my Seestern 62MAS Homage, I got to do both. Ad Caleb Cortial recently commented in my part 1, and I hope I didn't butcher your last name, bro. And I quote, "In my opinion, the Seestern 62MAS is the AK-47 of watches. It's simple, has instantly recognizable silhouette, and has been copied and manufactured by a bunch of companies. It has a brutal beauty unlike any other watch," unquote. I couldn't have said it any better. I want to give a shout out to those who have subscribed and participated in the comments below. Y'all make this worth doing. I'm out here trying to flip the script on the YouTube algorithm suggesting all these high-end luxury watches. I don't click on that stuff, but it keeps suggesting it. And I do it because 90% of us can't afford to drop $1,000, $2,000, $4,000, $5,000 on a watch. Most of us buy affordable watches. And until the next Dapper Wrist video, keep buying these affordable beauties, y'all, because they're as much fun as any other watch out there.